Good afternoon, this is Ryan Hoffman, and you're watching the 2-Minute Stoplight Show, continuous education for real estate professionals. And today I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving and give you a couple quick tips. So recently I've had the great pleasure of adding a couple new realtors to my roster of partners that I work with, and I wanted to take this time to give a refresh or give you some information on basically how to sell the services of a good loan officer to your buyers. That way you're educating them on the benefits of using someone who's very good and very qualified. But let me give you a little information on the differences between loan officers and give you some insight, so that way you're better informed as to how you pick the loan officer that you work with. Now, I generally work with the best loan officers because I find that it better serves my clients both financially and with stress and your ability to close your purchase and get your new home faster. Here's a couple insights onto the differences between. Brings me ever closer to being far away. So first thing we'll talk about is experience and qualification. You know, a loan officer at a big bank is not held to the same licensing requirements as a lender at a direct lender. Difference is that the direct lender has to take a test called the NMLS. That's basically a test that 50% of all loan originators in the country could not pass. Not just couldn't pass it the first time, couldn't pass it at all. So let that be something to consider. That big bank loan officer may not have the same qualifications or have the same experience or skill level as a lender at a direct lender. Now let's talk about speed. Did you know the big banks can take 60, 90, or 120 days to close a purchase transaction? That's 2 to 4 months. A direct lender, a really good direct lender, can get you 10 business days to 30 days to close your purchase. That comes into play when you're making your offer, because when a seller sees that an approval letter came from Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they're going to know that they're going to have to wait a longer time to finish if they were to just go with a approval letter from Wholesale Capital. Now, that difference being, if they're going to take someone else, it better be a good $10,000, $20,000 above the Wholesale Capital offer in order for them to even consider it. And a lot of times they won't even consider it because they know that the likelihood of it closing and closing on time is very low. Next is appraisals. Now, the thing that you want to talk to your clients about with appraisals is, you know, a big bank is required to use an AMC, an appraisal management company. The long and short of it basically is that a loan officer that orders an appraisal has no connection whatsoever with the appraiser who is actually doing the order. That appraiser is only responsible to the manager of that appraiser to give a conservative value and not get them in trouble. However, with a direct lender, we can use a roster of appraisers. So basically appraisers that when we order it, we have personal knowledge of who that appraiser is. And that appraiser knows that if they give us a shoddy value or they don't get the full amount of the value, then they're not a quality appraiser and we'll take them off our list. What that means for you is, if your value comes in low, that doesn't mean that you get to read that everything's going to be hunky-dory, you're going to get your house for a lower value. That means that you're going to have to renegotiate with the seller, and they're going to take off a portion of what they're going to gain, and they're going to make you come in with a little bit more money. So the terms get worse in every situation. They usually get worse and not better for you. Now let's talk about flexibility. As a direct lender, at Wholesale Capital, we have our processing and underwriting in the same building with us. So whenever there's a tricky situation, if your scenario runs into any snags or anything, or even before the transaction begins, when we're qualifying you, we want to make sure that a certain part of your file is going to have any issues or that we're concerned about. We can walk right upstairs to our underwriters, give them the scenario, and make sure that you're not going to have any issues when it does get to underwriting. The difference with the big banks in that respect is that their underwriting and processing facilities in some cases are in completely different states. So that's it in a nutshell. Thank you very much for watching, and remember that we're only as good as the team we build around us. So I always try and build a team of really good real estate agents, and you guys should always strive to work with a really good loan officer to make sure that your transactions go smoothly and that your clients are happy and that you get referred business. Remember that if you look good, I look good, and if I look good, you look good, and together we can make a lot of money. So give me a call if you need anything, if you need to get pre-qual for your buyers, or if you have any sales things you need questions with, or materials for open houses, call me anytime, days, nights, weekends. Phone number is area code 951-488-3114. Again, 951-488-3114, or email me at rhoffman@wccloans.com. Thank you very much, and have a great day.